Okay. I think I'm awake. I'm not entirely sure. I actually feel like I got a decent night's sleep, even though my Fitbit doesn't think so, but I think so. So, okay. We're doing Hidden Power of the Bible, so let's do the housekeeping. And all the housekeeping is me reminding you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. The website is creativelife.org. The constant contact email is info@creativelife.org. And we'll get you one email a week, tells you what's going on for the week, and the monthly hot links are hot. It is also a blind CC, so nobody will see your email. Oh, sorry. Chaos this morning. Nobody will see your email. You won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. So, that should put you... Yeah, nope, sorry. And one a week, I mean that because it's a real person doing it. The only reason you would get more than one is, well, we live on the Gulf Coast and it's hurricane season. It's generally weather related. So, there's that. Moving on. Yeah, we were hoping for some yesterday. Didn't get any. Oh, well. Rain, not hurricanes. We don't want a hurricane. There's just a tropical depression in the Gulf, as usual. All three of them have come straight for us, and we're just like, we can use some rain. So, yeah, I don't think I'm awake yet. But my bathroom counter is clean, and I'm very happy about that. Okay, I'm doing housekeeping, not random rambling. Social media. That's what I'm trying. I was waiting for my brain to catch up. I'm going to mention the social media because we don't monetize the social media. We don't want to deal with the ads anymore than you do. So we ask you instead, go like, subscribe, follow based on which platform you're on, and then engage with the individual post by reacting, commenting, and sharing. It bumps us in the algorithms so more people see our stuff. So a free and easy way that you can support the center is by getting our stuff in front of more people. And we are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark. And I'm the running Rev Ryan across all of the YouTube, the channels that I'm on. Sorry. That was a brain because we just passed 600 subscribers on our YouTube channel, which is kind of cool. We're at 1,600 on Facebook, so we need to catch up on YouTube. So, all right, that's it. Could we get to 1 million subscribers? Maybe. If people figure out that Reverend Jesse Jennings is on YouTube, maybe. So, all right. So we are going to do Malachi. I have this obsession with Malachi. I don't know what that is. We are going to do Matthew 12, but we are also going to do one of the articles. It's a very short passage in Matthew 12, and he's only talking about, there's only 3 articles. So we're going to go ahead and do one of them today and the other 2 tomorrow. And then I'm going to go to the Quilt Museum tomorrow. Matthew 12. And Jesus knew their thoughts, and said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Either make the tree good, and its fruit good, or else make the tree corrupt, and its fruit corrupt. For the tree is known by its fruit. O generation of vipers, how can ye, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh. A good person out of the good treasure of the heart bringeth forth good things, and an evil person out of the evil treasure bringeth forth evil things. But I say unto you that every idle word that a person shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy word thou shalt be justified, and by thy word thou shalt be condemned. But he answered and said unto him that told him, Who is my mother, and who are my brethren? Whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. Matthew 12. Okay. So there's a lot in there. There's a lot in there. We're going to start with the very first line. And Jesus knew their thoughts. And Jesus knew their thoughts. Jesus was consciously psychic. That is, he had an extended vision which enabled him to read the thoughts of others without going into a trance. To be able to discern the thoughts of others without entering an abnormal state is a development which will ultimately come to all. But in our present state of evolution, this would not always be a pleasant experience and will not be until we have learned to think constructively. But according to the narrative, Jesus knew their thoughts. He had been healing a man possessed of unclean thoughts, and the priests had reasoned within themselves that his power to do this was of the evil one. Okay, Jesus, perceiving their mental process, told them that a house divided itself cannot stand, and that if he cast out evil by the power of evil, then evil would be a power divided against itself. Okay. But he said, if I cast out devils by the Spirit of God, then the kingdom of God is come unto you. Here is the lesson. We cannot do good by continuing to do evil, nor can we heal evil except by the power of good. To all sincere students of spiritual science, this lesson is a guidepost, pointing to the fact that the thought of good must ever overcome and completely put to rout any thought of evil or any thought that is less than good. By the presence of good, evil is cast out, just as by the presence of light, the darkness disappears. And I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop there. I have thoughts. And one of the thoughts is, if you don't know my history, which you may not, I came out of the psychic community into science of mind. Just because one day, really close to Christmas, I stomped on my foot and said I need to find God. And my teacher said, I know this place you can go. And here I am. Now, she has since left the planet. I'm not sure I agree with Ernest about Jesus being psychic. What I'm going to say is that Jesus was a student of human nature. Okay? Jesus was a student of human nature. So he was very aware of a lot of the things that get us into trouble. Okay? And he was also very aware of the fact that he was there to set the priesthood on the rights. Set the priesthood on their ears. So he didn't have to read their thoughts to know what was going on. All he had to do was pay attention. Now, so whether Jesus was psychic or not, that's neither here nor there. I don't want to be able to read other people's thoughts because I am aware enough of human nature to kind of get an idea of what people are thinking sometimes. And I don't want to be able to read their thoughts. So I wouldn't wish that on Jesus. But Jesus did come with a very specific purpose. And his very specific purpose was partly to rattle the priesthood. Because they weren't doing it right and hadn't been for a while. And honestly, anytime a religious organization gets big, they stop doing it right. When a religious organization becomes more concerned about power and control and money than its congregation, it is no longer doing it right. And that's the house divided against itself. And every organization is going to have that problem eventually. If you talk to my partner, which he is a student of history, absolutely loves history. I have a degree in archaeology. His degree is in history. We are a dangerous combination sometimes when it comes to just random trivia. One of the things that he will tell you is that he believes that the United States is too big to govern itself. Because at this point, the government has become more concerned about money and power than taking care of its people. Every organization runs into that. It becomes a house divided against itself. And that's one of the things that, I keep hearing that conversation about the government should be run like a business. No, a government should not be run like a business, because it is not a business. The government should be run like a household. Everybody should be fed, everybody should have a place to sleep, and everybody should have clothing. That's a household. And the household has to meet its budget. So, when we get focused on power and control and money, we become a house divided against itself. Every time, because we are no longer focused on the good. And one of the things that I frequently say, and this is not a rant against the government or a rant against religion, it's just a rant against human nature. One of the things that I say is, if you want to know if something is from God, from the divine, then one of the ways that you can check is, who does it help and who does it hurt? Okay? If it helps a whole lot of people but still harms one, I don't think that's God. It may have begun as God and then gotten twisted. Okay? Because that happens. If it helps one person and harms none, that absolutely can be from God, because that is what you are looking at. No one is harmed by good. No one. Personal feelings aside. And that's where we run into that house divided against itself. Because frequently, and here's what Science of Mind tells you, is whatever good you want for yourself, you have to want for absolutely everybody. Nobody is left out. Personal feelings aside. That's just the rules. And too many religions now, and here I'm back on that rant against human nature, have certain people, for whatever reasons, and they have found some dumb and nitpicky ones. It's making that noise again. They want to exclude one group of people. And good doesn't do that. So pretty much, when you look around, every house is divided against itself. So that is the house that we have to put in order. We start with our own house, and then we work our way up. So, yep. All right. So, yeah, I believe Jesus knew their thoughts because he was a student of human nature. And he came with a purpose, and his purpose was to remind us that good doesn't leave anybody out for any reason. And I'll get off my soapbox now and encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a you got this day, a let's wrap this week up day, a beware of the heat day, a drink plenty of water day, a cuddle your fur babies day, a take care of business day, I think it's Friday day. I hope it's Friday day. I don't know what day of the week it is day. A make sure you make time to sit down and rest day. A you got this day. A good day, because I'm losing my mind day. And if that is too much pressure, because it absolutely could be, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You're a beloved expression of the divine. You're a brilliant light, divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, an absolutely beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. And, as Reverend Jesse likes to say, you are a godly. So explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. And from there, anything is possible. Anything at all is possible, because all the divine knows is good. And that is the good news, my friends. All right, so Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. No, Reverend David will be on this afternoon. We'll leave it at that. I will be back with you in that 9 o'clock hour probably. And then my goal is to get Emma done, but I don't know about the timing on that. So, because we have chapter 12 and then we're done. So, all right, beloveds.